Hi everybody, and welcome back to Lost Genre Reddit Stories. So, OP has very supportive friends of her coming out. The thing is, she's straight. This one's from user Toasties and Tea. My 24 female friends keep reassuring me that they'll be supportive of me when I come out. Only, I'm straight. I want to start off by saying my friends are wonderful people who are supportive and positive. We're a very diverse crowd and would probably be considered progressive by most people's standards. There's 8 of us in this social circle, including me, and between us, half are people of color, 3 are LGBT+, 1 is a sex worker, and another became a parent at 15. I'd like to think we're open-minded people who see personality first and nothing else, and I love them all to shreds. The problem I'm having now is that they're a bit too woke to the point that I'm now getting DMs from my friends who are sending me links to organizations like this for coming out support. I literally have been in a straight relationship for 5 years now, but I think they believe I'm bisexual. Other examples of my friends trying to support me would be when one of my LGBT+ friends invited me to join their LGBT+ society at uni. We go to the same one. I pointed out it's for LGBT only and not allies, and they said, that's the point, they can help you. I have said multiple times that I'm straight. I love my partner and I've never been interested in anyone who isn't a cis male before. When I politely remind them of this, they keep quiet for a month or so, but then it comes back up somehow. Last Saturday, I'd had enough. We had all been on a video call together and a joke was made about how literally half of this damn group is gay. Half of 8 is 4. There are 3 who are gay, unless you count me. I just outright asked why everyone was under the impression I was gay. I was fed up of not knowing how this started and why they weren't listening to me. Everything went so quiet you could hear a pin drop. Finally, one of them said it was my body language, my mannerisms, how I talk to women, the way I dress, etc. Apparently, the vibe I give off is that of a woman who is gay but hasn't realized yet. Another friend then pointed out how in high school there was a rumor I had a girlfriend because a female friend of mine would sit on my knee and we would go to the bathroom together a lot, which I'd completely forgotten about. It sucks because I see their point. I do dress in baggy man's clothes and shoes. I do dye my hair funky colors and wear Lynx or Axe body spray. I do probably come across as flirty with women, completely unintentionally, by doing things like pulling out seats and holding doors open. I'm broadly built and many people over the years have said I stand and sit like a man. I've even had women make a pass at me in gay clubs. This would be great if I was gay, but I'm not. I can tell it's only a matter of time before my partner becomes concerned, but I'm not sure how to address this. My friends genuinely are lovely people and they aren't being pushy. I think they're just worried I have internalized homophobia and want me to be okay. My questions are, should I make a conscious effort to make my appearance and behaviors more feminine and less stereotypically butch? And what's the best way I could sit my friends down and talk about this properly? I would be heartbroken if this affected my relationship with my significant other. I love him to pieces and it was super hard trying to find a guy that didn't want me to be their lady bro in the first place. I don't want to lose the person who could see past that and find it attractive. Please help. So, before we go into the community comments and my commentary, I've got only one question to think about. Are the friends stereotyping OP or profiling OP because of the way she dresses, the way she talks, and the way she behaves? So while we think about that, let's move on to the community comments to see what they have to say. Medical Fisherman 52 says, don't change who you are unless you want to, especially if your significant other accepts you as you are. Tell your friends firmly you are not gay and done with the hints. They can be who they want, but don't need to force it on you. It's almost like parents sending children to therapy to ungay them. Won't work, doesn't help. OP responds, I know their heart is in the right place, but it has left me concerned that one day they could do this to someone who is actually gay and it could freak them out because they aren't ready. Quote, don't change who you are unless you want to, especially if your significant other accepts who you are. End quote. Also, thank you for that. Genuinely. I think he would be sad to see me change, but I think it must be crap for him being made to feel like the closet I'm hiding in. I'll have this discussion with him too. MM172 says, you could say something like, you do realize that classifying certain behaviors as gay or straight is the opposite of open-minded, right? I don't feel like I can be myself around you right now because you're going to misinterpret the things that make me who I am as something that I'm not, and that's not okay. Please respect me enough to believe me when I say that I know who I am attracted to, and I need this to stop. If that doesn't nip the behavior in the bud, remind them one last time that this needs to stop, and then concentrate your energies on making friends who will believe you the first time when you tell them you don't need their support. If your significant other isn't prepared to back you up that they need to drop this, then the problem lies with him, not you. OP responds, I will be completely transparent with you. My significant other has been gold dust throughout this. I think if it had been any other person, they would have been terrified by the rumors when we initially met, much less 5 years on. Jack Not Name says, first of all, you do you. Do not change for anyone else. Sit all your friends down, explain to them that they are stereotyping, which is just as bad as being homophobic in many ways. People come in all shapes, sizes, and demeanors. It is absolutely possible to give off a gay vibe and be straight. If they respect you, they will accept you at your word and stop effing pigeonholing you in their view of how the world works, because you are living proof that things are in fact different. If they don't respect you, then how can they call themselves your friends? Then the next time one of them starts suggesting anything like this, why not send them a link to a ridiculous support group and let them know that you are there for them if they ever want to talk? OP responds, quote, explain to them that they are stereotyping, which is just as bad as being homophobic in many ways. End quote. This is something I genuinely hadn't considered before. It probably does hinder people who are truly gay but don't meet the stereotype quota. I will try using this as an example when I sit them down and talk to them. It's a very valid point that I hope will give them some perspective on the situation. OP's edit. Can I just say, wow, you have all been so incredibly supportive of me, and I want to say thank you. I was terrified of posting in case I came across like I was being sensitive and overreacting and that it was my fault for being who I am. I can't thank you guys enough. OP, I agree with all of the comments from the community. You should be able to be yourself and you shouldn't change for anybody's standards, ever. If you want to wear baggy man clothes and shoes and Lynx or Axe body spray, that's absolutely fine, regardless of whether you're straight or not. The most serious part of all of this to me is that they're not listening to what you're telling them, and by them keep pushing their support on you, that's just rude, and it's dismissive of who you are. That's not right. But of course, that's just my opinion. So let's move on with the update to see how OP handled this situation. Firstly and foremost, thank you to everyone who reached out to me. I was blown away by how many others have gone through the same thing. There was some wonderful advice in there which I used going forward with my friends. So without further ado, here's the update. Yesterday, I managed to coax everyone into a group video call. I knew it would be awkward because one of my friends, B, came across my post on here and guessed it was me from the title and username. Apparently, having a unique situation and eating a toasty with a cup of tea for lunch every day makes it obvious. Oops. That friend promised that they would keep their discovery a secret, and I believe they did based on the reaction I got from everyone on the video call. Going back to my friend, upon finding my post, B immediately sent a message where they apologized for not defending me when they should have. They came across a specific chain of comments where I talk about how forcing people to come out has negative consequences. These comments hurt to read because, unbeknownst to me, that happened to B's brother at the age of 14. He was too young and confused to deal with the heavy burden of being outed before he was ready, and as a result, he was suicidal for years. A friend snooped on his phone and found Male on Male's MUT history, screenshot it, and it all went downhill from there. I could tell they were truly sorry, so I accepted their apology without question. If you're reading this, B, you're an amazing sibling to your brother and a brilliant friend to me. Please don't be hard on yourself. all has since been forgotten with them. Right, 1 down, 7 to go. So next, I messaged the group chat and asked if we could have a video call because I had something to say. This is where it gets awkward. When everyone's cameras came on, I noticed that 4 of them had party poppers, and 2 of those same 4 had pride flags. One even had one painted on their face. They thought I was finally coming out. I didn't entertain it for a second and told them all to calm down because they were wasting their excitement, as it wasn't what they thought it was. I condensed my sentiments down in about 5 minutes, short, sweet, concise. Summed up, I said, I am straight. I do not have internalized homophobia, I really am just straight. I'm not bisexual, nor a lesbian using my boyfriend to divert attention. By invalidating my sexuality or romantic leanings, they invalidated my love for my partner, which is unfair. Saying someone is non-binary, trans, agender, etc. purely because of their interests, looks, and tastes in clothes is harmful because it ironically forces the narrative that women are only really women when they're feminine, soft, and smell like roses, and vice versa for men. If I really were gay, the way they were going about supporting me was technically forceful and thus harmful. If someone isn't ready, they aren't ready. Once I blurted this all out at them, I noticed that B, my friend who found my post, was crying, as was one other friend. Everyone else was completely speechless. I said I loved them all and that I'm still their friend, but I was going to end the call because I felt it was best that I let everything sink in and that the rest was up to them. Now, in my post, it became apparent that many of you felt my friends weren't great friends, but I'd like to think their reaction disproves this. There wasn't a single one of them that didn't profusely apologize, but it was the 2 who were pushing for me to come out most that really went out of their way. Let's call these 2 friends X and Y. X invited me to an afternoon tea in their back garden, allowed in my country, because it was sunny and they said it was just going to be our friend group. Naturally, I said yes because I took this as a sign they wanted to talk. Turns out it was more. They threw me a surprise coming out party, but as an ally. There were pride flags everywhere, but they had written the word acceptance on them. After many apologies and hugs, there was food, booze, laughing and joking. We had a giant water fight with water guns and water balloons loaded up on drunken enthusiasm. When the sun went down and it got cold, we bundled inside and watched She's the Man on DVD with mango sorbet, my effing favorite. Smiley face. I love my friends. They gave me the acceptance I was looking for and I couldn't be happier. P.S. I hope those of you reading this who are LGBT+, don't take offense to them throwing me the party because I understand genuinely being gay or queer and coming out isn't easy and is definitely not a joke. But the reason they threw this party, I believe, is because I had thrown both X and Y a coming out party. I see this as an I accept you and you accept me sort of move. Well, OP, the good thing is that your friends listened to what you were trying to tell them about how you feel and who you are, and they accepted you, and hopefully they're going to stop trying to get you to come out. So that's a positive, and the party they threw for you sounds like it was a lot of fun with the water fight and everything, so awesome result. You had a nice day with your friends and they accept you for who you are without trying to push anything on you. So now the question is, what do you guys think about all of this? About what the friends were trying to do initially, about how OP addressed this, and the outcome? Let me know in the comment section. And so we've reached the end of the video. I truly hope you guys liked it. If you did, go ahead and click like. Of course, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Also, here are more videos from my channel that you might enjoy. And having said all that, I will see you guys on the next video.